welcome to Top Cars TV. The 1953 Allard Clipper is one of those rare automotive stories that feels almost mythical. A tiny car built with big ambition during a time when the world was still recovering from war and searching for affordable, efficient ways to get people moving again. For YouTube viewers who love classic machines, forgotten designs, and the unusual charm of microcars, the Allard Clipper is a fascinating subject worth revisiting. Created by Sidney Allard, already known for his powerful sports and racing cars, the Clipper was a bold departure to a lightweight, fiberglass-bodied three-wheeler intended to offer practical motoring at a very low cost. It was unlike anything the company had produced before, and even today it stands out as one of the most interesting experiments of the early 1950s. The Clipper's styling was simple yet quirky, with a clean bubble-like front, narrow body sides, and a distinctive tapering rear that made the back end look almost futuristic for the period. The fiberglass body allowed designers to keep the weight extremely low, giving the car a surprising advantage in efficiency. Instead of the usual four-wheel setup, the Clipper used a three-wheel arrangement, which allowed it to be taxed as a motorcycle in the UK. This made it much cheaper to run, and that was one of its biggest selling points. The bumper design was minimal, the side profile was smooth and rounded, and the back featured a practical yet compact layout that matched the car's overall simplicity. For drivers in the early 1950s, this was a new concept to a car that wasn't trying to be luxurious, but simply functional, affordable, and easy to handle. Power came from a small two-stroke Villiers engine mounted at the rear, giving the Clipper modest speed but impressive fuel economy. The lightweight build meant the engine didn't need much power to move the car around town. The interior was basic but cleverly arranged, offering enough room for two people despite the car's tiny footprint. What really made the Clipper unique, however, was its construction method. Fiberglass was still relatively new in automotive use, and Allard was one of the first companies to experiment with it. This gave the Clipper a modern feel, even though the idea didn't fully catch on at the time. When the Clipper launched in 1953, the idea was to make a vehicle affordable enough for a wide audience. The price was low compared to standard cars of the era, and the company hoped to sell thousands. Unfortunately, production problems, supply issues, and limited interest meant only a small number were ever built. Today, that rarity makes the Allard Clipper an extremely desirable collector's item, and its unusual design ensures it always sparks curiosity whenever it appears at shows or auctions. For enthusiasts watching on YouTube, the 1953 Allard Clipper represents creativity, experimentation, and the courage to try something new in a challenging era. Its unique bumper shape, side contours, and compact rear design are reminders of a time when car companies weren't afraid to innovate. Though it never became a commercial success, the Clipper remains a small but memorable chapter in automotive history, one that still turns heads more than 70 years later.